instructions of what I've got to do and all that sort of stuff. And this is what I'm treating for the Camallanus roundworms. And it says I've got to do, here's the instructions, all that sort of stuff. And I found out that this stuff at the shop is different to the powder and the tablets, because this is a liquid format. So the lady was very nice to me and she told me 1 ml per 7 litres of fish tank. Now I've got 360 litres in my big tank, and that's what I've got to do. So I've got to determine the length, I've got to treat with the lights off, I've got to perform a large water change prior to the treatment, which is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do a 50% water change today. Then I've got to do a treatment, then I do another water change afterwards, after the 24 hours, and then I've got to return the tank to the normal, and then I do it in 5 to 7 days after another water change. Okay, so this is my half a tank water change, 50%. What I'm doing is I've got a pump in, black pump here, pumps the water out to a hose, and then that hose then goes outside. So I've got my half mark here, and I just drop the water down till I get to there, turn the pump off, and then I pump water back in. So it's a 360 litre tank, 4 foot by 2 foot high by 2 foot deep, 360 litres. So I'm taking it down to half so that I can do a Levamasole treatment to it. Normally I only do it down to a third, but today I'm doing it down to a half. And the water on the pipe goes down outside into the backyard, and then I'll bring the water in from my IBC storage tank, which I filled up the other day, and while it sits it gets rid of the chlorine. So when I put the water into the tank, I don't have to add as much of the water conditioner. I add a little bit, but not as much as what you would normally put in. Alright, now we're down to the level that I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the pump out. Turn the pump off first, take the pump out, disconnect the pump, because then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump water into here. I'm going to mix the water conditioner, everything in here, get it up to temperature, and then pump it back into the tank. Now one of the benefits I have when I do water changes is I've got a remote control, and that activates the pump. So when I want water, push the pump, turns it on, and I'm going to heat this water on the stove, get it up to about 20 degrees. Because the water I'm pumping in is only at 15 degrees. So I'm going to mix it, 2 of it in here, and then get it up to about 20 degrees, and then pump it in. Now it's going to fill the bucket. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and it's all done by a remote control. Makes life so much easier. Alright, I'll go and put this on the stove and I'll be back. Okay, so now the tank's full. Well, the water supply is full. The water supply. I've pumped the water into there. I've heated it to the temperature. It's at 25 degrees. And now it's pumping into the tank. As you can see, when I get this up there, see, it's now pumping water back into the tank, as you can see. So now we make a coffee and we wait. Okay, the wonders of magic. Stop and start. So now we're just about near the top where my fill line is, where it's normally at. I've got to get up to about here, which is where my little mark is on the side of the tank, about here. And when it gets up to there, I've got to shut it off, and then I put the Levamasole in and turn the lights off. And then the fun begins. Yay. And as you can see, if I zoom back and go down, you can see the container that I pumped the water from, it's just about empty. So we're not far off. And as you can see, we're just about at our limit where we want to be. I want the water to be here, and we're at there at the moment, so just about. Well, that was a good trick, wasn't it? Everything all got wet. I don't usually do that. Maybe I'll have it in a different spot. Anyway. Just about there. Pretty much. That'll be the last lot, I'd say. And that's it. As you heard, the pump sucks. No, it doesn't suck. But yeah, take the piece out. Make sure it doesn't drip everywhere. Unconnect it from the system. And there we have it. All we're going to do now is just do a clean up. Back shortly. Alright, now while I'm here, I'll give the glass a bit of a clean so that we can actually see what we were looking at earlier. Doesn't that look fantastic? Lovely and clean. And any of that looks a bit murky at the moment, that usually cleans up in about 12 to 24 hours at the most. Even sometimes just a couple of hours and it's clean. It just depends on the filters and stuff, so yeah. But there we have it. Water change and a preparation ready for a Levamasole treatment. So I've got the Levamasole ready. It says 52 mils or 1 mil per 7 litres. So 1 mil per 7 litres, I've worked it out, that's 360 litres. So I need to have 52 mils. So the fun and games will now begin. So I'll mix this in with some water from one of my containers. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll clean this bucket that I used earlier. And what I'll do is I'll put some of the fish tank water into that, and then I'll mix some of the Levamasole into the fish tank water. And that's the easiest way. One of my Alright, so what I'll do is I'll mix some of the Levamasole that I've pre-mixed in here. There's 52 mils of it in there. What I'll do is I'll get some fish tank water, mix it into that, with that, so that you can see. Hopefully you can see that. Yes, just thought I'd better check. So what I'll do is I'll mix some of the fish tank water into there and mix it through so it's not all one consistency, and then it's got a bit of a chance to mix throughout the tank a bit better. And then it's not going to be one big glob of stuff, so yeah. And I don't know whether you lot have got it or not, but these little handy cups, they're plastic. This is a 1 cup or 250 mil, 1 cup or 250 mil. I've got one that's a 500 mil one, and the one that's a litre. And they're good because I use little syringes, but I also use these for mixing up this sort of stuff. So it makes it easier than like 10 syringes. So yeah, but just little things like that. And as you can see, this half milk container that I've cut is great because you've got the handle, you've got the bottom. Worst come to worst, you can open up the bottom and let the water come out that way, or you can use it and let the water flow through, whatever you want to do and however you want to do it. But normally I do it up and I just scoop the water however much I want and then mix it, and then away I go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pour this slowly into the tank, and then it's lights off fishies for 24 hours, and we'll see how many of those round worms can we catch, and hopefully it doesn't kill my fish or anything else, or my plants. That's what I'm more worried about, is my plants as well as my fish. Alright, there we go. Lid on, light off, and there we go. So I'll turn the main light off in here. So there you go. So that should be enough, because it says got to be in darkness, and it's now 5:10. So worst come to worst, it'll be dark in another hour or so anyway. So yeah, all good. I'll give you the report on what happens next time when we finish this, the next part of it. Bye for now. And I just thought what I might do is, it says to make it darker. So to make it a bit darker, what I'm going to do is put the doona over it, which will also help keep it cool, or help keep it warm, but also will make it dark. So good night fishies. No food for you tonight. Be good, have a sleep, and get rid of all those yucky worms, you lot. Yes, get rid of all those worms. That's what I want you to do, is get rid of all those worms. There we go. That'll do, near enough. Doesn't look fantastic, but yeah. Okay, this is just to make life a bit easier. I've got the big blanket and I've covered it over all the way, and then I've borrowed my daughter's blanket because she's not going to be here. So it's all covered over completely, the whole tank. is covered over, no lights on, no nothing, and it'll be like that for 24 hours. So yeah, hopefully we'll get rid of those worms. See what happens. Stay tuned.